Well, hey everybody. Kind of been putting this video off for a couple of different reasons. I'm out here in one of my favorite places to be, honestly. If you've seen me in any of these videos, you know the big pine trees right out here in my front yard. I want to talk to you today about a subject. Honestly, I don't really want to talk to you about this, but I think we should for many reasons. So let's get right to it. I want to talk to you today about depression. I'm not qualified in any way, shape, or form medically to be talking to you about depression, but maybe I'm more qualified in one respect that maybe some clinicians aren't, and that is because I've suffered it myself. Now, I realize there's different degrees, but I've been through some things in my life I didn't handle them very well, and I'm not proud of that. It's in the book. If you listen to the audiobook, it's all in there, so it's no secret in my life now. It's been a few years, it's been a battle, but stayed there too long. Wish I'd never gone, but been there, done that. And the reason I thought about talking to you about this today is because I had a buddy call me this week that's battled it himself. I used to work with him. I worked with him for 12 years, and he called me on Monday, and he just said, hey man, he said, I'd talked with him before, and he said, I just need somebody to kind of pick me up, you know. And so we talked for quite a while. So after that conversation, I thought, you know, maybe we need to talk about that this week. So I'm going to tell you what I told him. Now, walking into this, I have to tell you, the reason that I'm the least bit reluctant is because there have been people on the Christian worldview side of things when I've talked about things like this in public that haven't, let's just say, haven't been so kind to me about not putting God first. Now, to me, that's a given. They said that I was a little bit too much about pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, I think there's something to be said for that, honestly. But what I'm going to tell you is what I told him. The first thing I believe that you have to do, because I had to do it myself, and I'm still having to do it, is in order to begin coming out of depression, you have to start believing in yourself. You have to figure out why you don't believe in yourself. Because once you truly believe in yourself, those are the first steps in climbing out of the pit that you've somehow got yourself into. And getting yourself into it, that can come in a lot of different ways. And I'd have to talk to you individually to see how you may have ended up getting yourself there. But how you got there is not necessarily the same way you're going to climb out. So this is what I told him. Now, I just found this little branch laying on the ground, but it had some leaves on it. So here in the spring, nothing's leafed out yet, really. But what we always look at is the leaf. We look at the outside edge of trees, right? Because right now, nothing, if you can see around me, nothing has any leaves on it other than the evergreens. But that's what we look at. We look at the leaf. So whenever you're down, when you're depressed, when things aren't good, and I'm not talking about the clinical, like, nasty depression, okay? And I'll just throw this out there too. That I realize there are a lot of people out there, my friend included, who take medication for it. I get it, okay? I get it. Do I take anything like that? No, that doesn't mean I'm better. It just means I don't. But did I? Yeah, I just didn't like what it did to me, so... but that's been years ago. But anyway, we look at the leaf. But in order to get better, in order to heal, I don't think we can look at the leaf. We can't even look at the branch, the stem, the trunk. To me, in order to really and truly begin to heal, you have to get to the root. You have to figure out why it is you feel the way you do about yourself. Now, technically, most of the time, that is going to go back to childhood. That's not some psychological trick. That's just the truth. It's probably something somewhere, somehow, where you got caught up in not thinking enough of yourself, and it probably began then. So I don't know what that is for you, but it isn't easy. It isn't. You're not going to do it in a night. But what I will tell you, at least from my own personal experience, is that when you start to get to the root of why you are the way you are, you'll start to defeat that feeling inside. But when you do, it'll rock your entire world. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. That much I can say. Because until you really know how you got to where you are, to me, that's where the root of a lot of these things start. Now, I realize that's a simplified version, and in a lot of ways, I'm not qualified to tell you that. The only way that I'm qualified is, as I said, because I've been there. So I wanted to wander out here as I thought about this for many reasons I've already told you, because of how much I love this part of our ground. This is a white dogwood. We'll come back out here. That's beautiful in the spring. But as I sat in the house, I thought about this. It's a tree that got uprooted out here a few years ago. When I took the top off of it, it kind of leaned back up a little, but you see the roots, you see what happened. And I don't know about you, but I felt this way for a long time, uprooted. Because I didn't know the world the way I once knew it, and I was uprooted, and my roots were revealed, but I didn't want to look at them. And now that I've seen them, I'm a lot more like one of those bigger pines back there you can see that are still standing. This tree can't do that, but you can. The first thing you have to do is start believing in yourself. I mean that. You have to start believing in you. And maybe that means changing the people around you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just means that you have to change the way you see you. And I'll close this up with this. I was watching some videos this week, and one of the sessions was on that you need to know your why. Simon Sinek was talking about needing to know your why. Why would I do this channel? Why would I put myself out there like this? Because I want to help people. I could take criticism, and do I like it if I do an 8-minute video that for the most part people watch it for 2 minutes? No. Do I like that some are watched by 40 people and some by 400? Not really. But I want to help people. That's my why. Because personally, I made a promise right in that house that's right up there. Probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was as low as I would get, but I wouldn't come out for a while, come out of that depression. I made a promise to God that if He saw me through that, I'd help people on the other side. That's my why. What's yours? Because I want you to help yourself. I do. Because I can spot people a mile away that are in that state. They don't believe in themselves anymore. That was my friend's problem. I challenged him as I'm challenging you. Because just a couple of days ago, right out here, the geese were flying, the snow geese. And I thought about the direction they were headed, and I thought about the direction I'm headed. What about you? What direction are we headed? Because sometimes our roots get revealed. But I don't believe you're going to solve any depression or anxiety you're feeling until you get there, until you figure out why. I hope you do. And I wish you all the strength in the world when you do, because it will challenge you, but it will change you. And that's not just a good thing, that's a very good thing. So until next time, it's Todd. See ya.